And 4 years ago, I would have been in this crowd, probably agreeing with this crowd. But something changed in my mind on that matter. And that change is I lost a son to suicide from bullying. If I was to narrow it down to what was the one thing, and there's obviously it's not just one thing, one word, but what was the most impactful thing to him making that end-of-life decision? It's he was being called faggot because he brought a new friend he just met to activity at the church of all places. Started calling him faggot at church. That got spread to the school and online. And I could go and look at those chat logs and see his mental health deteriorating as a result of that word being called to him. Now, you say, what has changed Brian's opinion on this issue? The fact is, it's hard science has changed Brian's opinion on this matter. Laying in bed grieving for my son's death, I was forced to go and explore all kinds of truths, things that I had never taken the time or wanted to take the time to understand. And what I learned is that there are children that are indeed born differently. What do you do with an XY child, science, that has female genitals? What do you do with that? What do you do with a child, XXY, that has both genitals? And their parents have to make a decision. And they later choose to change that decision from female to male or male or female. What do you do with an XX that has male organs? This is science. This is not about belief. This is not about faith. This is not about opinion. This is hard science that should be taught in our science classes. If you're asking my opinion what should be done, hard science. Some of these children have already suffered enough abuse from their inherent problem they were born with, and we have people that want to pile onto their suffering to the point where they're killing themselves. Gay children are much more likely to kill themselves because they are piled onto. This is a civil rights issue. You know, we have a constitution for a reason. It's so that when you have 10 wolves and 1 lamb, and they're deciding who's to have dinner, or what are we going to have for dinner, we know where that discussion's going. And that is why we have a constitution that protects people with minority problems, born differently. No fault of their own. Quit piling on to these children and give them some protection from the abuse that they will find at school. I thank you for having me today.